Hundreds of Afro-Colombians from communities along the San Juan River recently arrived in the village of San Miguel for a meeting with government peace negotiators and ELN rebels. The so-called peace caravan had come a long way for an opportunity to get a first-hand account from those caught in the crossfire of the country's internal conflict. But it wasn't easy. The villagers are fearful and skeptical.
I see the government is here and the ELN, but where are the other groups? Because there are other groups operating in our territory. If they are not sitting all here, then what are we talking about?
Despite an agreement that no armed groups, including the army, would be present at meetings so people could speak freely, soldiers arrived. Something the negotiators considered a provocation.
The agreement was that you would control the surroundings, but you can't be in the same communities where we are at the same time. It's fundamental.
It's clearly a provocation and intimidation. They were told to withdraw from the side, and yet they decided to walk right through the meeting. They don't want people to talk.
The work of the humanitarian caravan is dependent on trust in a region where it's deeply lacking. For decades, drug trafficking paramilitary groups, rebel fighters, and the army have all committed serious human rights violations as they vie for control of what is a key region for the trafficking of cocaine and illegal gold mining. So the caravan opens spaces for more intimate meetings with women and the youth to address issues of gender violence and forced recruitment, but here too getting into details was difficult.
I prefer not to talk about it. It's painful to remember.
In the village of Nuanama, we saw the consequences of speaking out. Members of the caravan visited the tomb of Jesucita Moreno, better known as Tuta, a local human rights defender who was killed by armed men in cold blood last June for speaking out and demanding change.
She was a true leader who went to the bottom of things to benefit the population and paid for it, and that's how people remember her. We haven't had any kind of health services here for years. If the caravan brought that, it would help mitigate our pain.
The government and ELN delegations will resume negotiations on February 13th in Mexico to devise a plan to help the people of the San Juan and hopefully reach a full bilateral ceasefire to bring some relief to this battered country. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera on the San Juan River.